tracks today. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Table Talk Show with NIKKI G, the voice, on Island Vibe, Philly, #1 Caribbean station. Today is a beautiful weekend. I hope the rain stops because it's been raining. Well, actually, in Jersey, it's been raining for a few days. I know New York has been like the same thing because we're close in proximity and all the tri-state areas. So I hope we have a better Saturday and Sunday. You guys could tell me what the forecast is like in your area. I know you're listening to us around the world, in Trinidad and Paris and everywhere in Europe and all over. So wherever you are, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good noon, good noon, good afternoon, and good night. Okay. I have some news. There's some somber news and there's some good news, but we'll take a quick 2-minute break and we'll get back to you with the news and so forth, and keep it locked. We have a jam-packed show with entertainment. We have a cruise that's going out. We have someone coming for that, and we have a band that'll, would be on the show today. So keep it locked to Table Talk Show with NIKKI G and Island Vibe, Philly, #1 Caribbean station.
Okay, it's your sweetheart Ray. Big mood is a big mood. You don't know it's a big mood because I am a brand ambassador and artist for the Fetopia cruise going down June 2nd to June 9th, sailing to the Bahamas. But I ain't even tell her the best part yet. We sailing right out of Brooklyn, New York. So I don't have no excuse. I want to let you go and run and secure them packages and enter the code. It's Ray because you don't know we fetting all day. We walking up all day, and it has tons of events and tons of artists like myself to keep all you entertained, because you don't know Fetopia come to bring the thing. Wait, all is still here? What are you waiting for? Run and secure them packages, enter It's Ray, and come on, give me the thing where you say you have for me, the thing you say you have for me.
What's this?
Welcome to Table Talk with NIKKI G, the voice, where we bring to you highlights of entrepreneurs, leaders, organizers, and much more. A broad spectrum of professionals, including chefs, artists, designers, musicians, and much more. Our show is a new brand of talk shows where we educate, bring transparency, and last but not least, fun. Table Talk. Get ready for our seasons, a roller coaster of emotions, all wrapped into one. Caribbean style. We'll cover our Caribbean roots as well, so keep it locked. Welcome to Table Talk. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and iTunes.
Own it, girl, you just own it, 'cause your body's on fire. Show me how to control it.
Table Talk Show is now on Island Vibes Radio. You can catch us every Saturday from 10 to 12 p.m. Log on to Island Vibes Philly or islandvibe.net.
Broadcasting live from Philadelphia, Island Vibe, Philly's newest and hottest station.
You're listening to IslandVibes.net. All your hits banging right here. Philly #1 Caribbean station. Best in dancehall.
Undisputed champion. Heavyweight, world great. I the make Gaza celebrate.
Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya.
Reggaeton.
Algunos parecen todavía viven en el siglo de la hombría, que te arreglas solo para ellos y que pa' tu hombre te maquilla.
Soca.
Love in my heart, rum in my veins. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again.
And more. IslandVibes.net.
I come out to party, drink some rum and break
What's this?
Well, you guys, it's your girl Anika Berry, and guess what? I am officially a brand ambassador and artist of the Fetopia Carnival Cruise, and we are going to the Bahamas June 2nd through June 9th. And guess what the best part is? We are leaving out of Brooklyn. We don't have to buy no flights, no hotels. It's just straight from Brooklyn to the Bahamas for a 7-day ultra premium experience, all inclusive. I'm so excited. We're gonna have 14 events on the cruise, on the land in the Bahamas. We're just gonna drink. We're gonna get lashed up. You're gonna see your favorite artists perform. We're getting everything on this boat. So make sure to reserve your spot now and come and chat with me because we will have a time with Fetopia.
No.
All right. Welcome back to Table Talk Show with NIKKI G, the voice on islandvibe.net. Today, a little lethargic because, coming into Friday and the week has been really busy, having to work and then do other things. And I always say my week or my day is like 25/8. It's never ending because of the stuff that I do. So I want to bring some news to you, some quick news highlights, a little sombering news. On Monday, a 4-year-old was her head was decapitated in Trinidad, right, by her stepdad. I bring this up because I'm going to be talking about abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, and other type of abuse that goes on everywhere, not just in Trinidad or in the Caribbean islands, but everywhere, so this little baby girl, I think she was 4 years old, and she was decapitated by her stepdad. And it wasn't just that, he mutilated her, They didn't get into details of what happened with the mother, but the mother it started with the mother going into the station, and her clothes was all tattered and so forth, and she made a report. The police went to the house, and they found the child, I think, in a barrel. One part of her body was in one room, and then her head was in the other, and they said all this was done with a scissor and some other something else that he used to mutilate her. And I'm like, why do you have to go to that extent just because your relationship is not going well? Communication. And they said it seemed like some type of evil thing that he did. It was definitely evil. And he was charged. Then they said that he tried to sue the court for defamation of character. And I don't understand, like, you were the only person in the room or only person in the house when the mom left, when she made her report, So that is happening. And just to say some other news, well, I said that to say this, that I'm having a group called LOC, Lord and Ladies Overcoming Challenges. I have a young lady who's going to be coming to my platform, and she's going to be talking about different type of abuse, what you can do, resources that she has, and so forth. I was planning to have her today, but we decided that 20 minutes is not enough to get that type of information. That's something that's consistent that we have to talk about, and there's a lot that's going on. I mean, I'm from Trinidad, so that's why I talk about Trinidad a lot, but this is going on worldwide. And I want to address it on my platform, give people some hope, give people some information so, they'll be able to do what they have to do, have the tools, have the mental capacity in order to handle, whatever you're going through in your relationship or anything that's going on out there. All right. I mean, I have kids, so when I talk about those things, I take it to heart, I could even tell you some stories of maybe past experiences that I've been through, or even some friends that I've heard of that had, just some traumatic experiences. So it'll be nice to have someone with experience and has a group that would be able to give you that information of where to go and what to do. All right. I have some better news here. Congratulations to Trinidad and Tobago girls team for winning silver medals. We have 3 winners for the Carataf, and that happened in Jamaica. We also had the boys team. We have Kieran James. And let's see, and a couple of other winners that won the gold medal. After the Jamaicans lost, they got one of the guys to come, to do an interview. And the highlight of it, the guy was saying, Jamaican team was soft, so in his Trinidadian accent. So congratulations to the men and the women, or the girls and the boys, for winning in the what do you call it? The Caritaf, CARIFTA, for winning that for Trinidad and Tobago. All right, congratulations. I do have my guess that is supposed to be here, which is Heatwave, The Evolution. They supposed to be here at between 10 and 10:15. So what we'll do, we'll play some music for you, right? Play some videos and so forth. Just take a quick break, and I will be right back with my guests. Okay?
Broadcasting live from Philadelphia, Island Vibe, Philly's newest and hottest station.
You're listening to IslandVibes.net. All your hits banging right here. Philly #1 Caribbean station. Best in dance-off.
Undisputed champion, heavyweight, world great. At the Met Gaza celebrate.
Call the Uber. Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya.
Reggaeton.
Algunos no parecen todavía. Viven en el siglo de la hombría. Que te arregles solo para ellos. Y que pa' tu hombre te maquilla.
Soca.
Love in my heart. Rum in the veins. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again.
And more. IslandVibes.net.
I come on to party, drink some rum.
Hola, Tunje. Woyo, woyo, woyo. Ooh, yeah. I's a man playing mass, oh Lord, from since I small. I never miss Juve, Monday and Tuesday, oh not at all. Oh Lord, so don't tell me nothing when Steve are knocking and start the jam, 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 jam. Ooh. Me whole waistline rocking, I feel it the wine on something inside the band. Every man hold on to a woman and we shouting. I invented party, I invented party, so you know I'm actually I invented party, I invented party, Lord. So when they talk about mash up the wave and mad up the place any day, anyway you're calling me name, you're calling me name. And when they talk about jump up and cool up, pull up, lick enough girl, turn up the waist and calling me name, they calling me name. I come from the Twin Island of Carnival. Oh Lord, it's we who create party and we love plenty bacchanal. Lord, Lord, so don't tell me nothing when steel bar knocking and start the jam, 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 jam. Me whole waistline rocking, I feel it the wine on something inside the band. Every man hold on to a woman and we shouting.
talk about jump up and cool off. Turn up, pick up, girl, turn up the waist and calling me name. They calling me name, and I have all them singing. I invented party, I invented party, so you know I'm a Trini. I invented party, I invented party, Lord.
Man's classic. Yo, man a classic. Yo, Bubba. Man a classic like Cortina with fur on the dash. Lace cover the headrest, front rear to match. Roll out clean, no tint on this glass. So you can see the green, yellow, red like that flash on the equalizer. Match with the bright color leopard visor. Build my own sound system, MacGyver. Strobe light, go left, right, night rider. Classic like white wall, we with smoke rim. And the smoke rim come chrome with gold trim. Classic like first bow flexing home gym. Classic like 10 fingers with gold ring. Classic like ranking people them time with a semp in a case whistling and molting. Classic like butter bullet shoes and those things. Trinidad 80s, you know where you're king. Boom. Man's classic like 80s, baby. 80s, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Man's classic like the 80s. 80s, baby, baby. Man's classic like 80s, baby. 80s, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Man's classic like the 80s. Like the 80s. Baby, baby, baby. And if you see my style, say how it wise. So loud. Don't like the noise. So long. More than a mile. And if you hear the crowd, so loud. How it loud. And crowd. No hide, no shroud. So cloud. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Classic like white Adidas with the shell tip, black Kangal bucket and velvet. Fit you right like Darth Vader helmet. One trip multiply like Kremlin. Classic like the 80s with the rise of the Chicago Bulls and the rule of the Celtics. When the pump up Reebok was the rail kicks, and on the dashboard had a bottle up of the half empty. Fresh track suit like Run DMC. Big rope chain and the middle are empty. So heavy, doctors say it's not healthy to carry that weight on the neck, son. You should be with that thing rest down, chilling on your couch watching Calabash, Ali or Benson. Never realize we go back to the future where we classic like Jetson. Man's classic like 80s, baby. 80s, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Man's classic like the 80s. 80s, baby, baby. Man's classic like 80s, baby. 80s, baby. Baby, baby. Man's classic like the 80s. Like the 80s. Baby, baby. And if you see my style, say how it wise. So loud. Don't like the noise. So long. More than a mile. And if you hear the crowd, so round. How it loud. And crowd. No hide, no shroud. So cloud. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Table Talk Show with NIKKI G, the voice on islandvibe.net. If you were tuned in earlier, or you weren't tuned in earlier and you just tuned in, I just want to welcome you to the platform. Now I have my guest, which is Zian, Zian and Virgil, and they're from the band Heatwave. Welcome, guys, to our platform. Welcome to Table Talk.
Good morning. Thanks.
Morning. The good thing is they're from the beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago, and I can feel the heat already. How is the weather over there?
Hot.
It's hot.
Yeah, today is a hot day.
Ah, all right.
But it's good,
It's good.
Yeah.
Nice. And that type of heat is totally different from the heat we have here. Yeah, it's spring over here right now, where all the flowers are blossoming and so forth. But it's still kind of cold in a way. So our 60 degrees is not like how your temperature is and stuff, you know? And I'm sure you've traveled, so you
Yeah,
feel, oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Understand the weather, different climate,
yeah.
change. Yeah.
Okay, nice, nice. All right, so let's get into it with the Heatwave band. How was the band established? At what year was it established?
Well,
And
the band was established in like 2020 after the COVID settled. I think I've been playing music for some years, different bands, and I just decided, you know what, let me try my own band, try a band for myself.
okay.
And in 2020, after the COVID, I just say, you know what, I'm going for it. I'm going hard at it.
Yeah.
Well, with the band, my son, he is my other half where the music is concerned. He's the man that's take care of the setting up of the songs, and you know. And well, with him, we came together. I told him, I said, boy, I want to do my own, but I was aside and side it. He
Yeah.
said, that anything that anything you're doing, just let me. And from that, I just, went on ahead and got other members, and we started from there.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to get to the nitty-gritty of it. I always like to do, besides when the band started, I wanted to know, Virgil, how did you, let me say this, how did you get into music then? So people to know, like, before your band, what were you before that? You know? Let's say as a little boy. We're not gonna stick too long on that, but
Yeah.
just to find out how you started in music and what, inspired you. What was your inspiration?
My inspiration.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear you.
You hear now?
Yeah, here now. Yeah.
Yeah, my inspiration really was my sisters. They used to sing in a choir.
Uh-huh.
And from the age of, let me say, 5, they would always carry me to the best. They used to do best village now.
Oh, okay.
Right. So they used to carry me every time they go into rehearse. They would carry me. They would give me a little drum. I would sit down in a corner and make noise. But every time I know how to play, so while they're singing, I make a noise. And from that, after that, I went to church. Started to go to church and whatnot. I joined the church choir. From the church choir, I went to Naparima Boys.
Okay.
Naparima College in San Fernando. I joined that choir also.
Okay.
And from there, up was the.
It just escalated. Oh, nice. All right. So you were always solo. You were always solo until you had your family and then you decided to do a band?
I played with nearly every band in Trinidad and Tobago. Percussion, vocals. Some bands I do vocals, some bands I do percussion, some bands I did both. But I played with Traffic, Roy Cape and the All Stars.
Okay.
Invasion. You name it. Any band the only band I didn't play with in Trinidad and Tobago was Marshall Montana.
Okay, yeah, because his band was inclusive, yeah. Oh, exclusive.
Other than that, I play music,
Yeah.
which is something which I enjoy.
Yeah.
Although having family, children, I enjoy music. I enjoy my family also, because once I play music at home, my family.
Yeah, exactly. And then your offsprings, because even with myself, like what I do, I mean, my son doesn't necessarily get involved, but I do photography as well. So if I go somewhere, I'll take them with me. I took them to Carnival. They were born here. So I take them to Carnival to let them get that Carnival experience. And then my son recently went to Trinidad. So now he's up in arms with the Trinidad culture more because he's a grown man. So he loves it even more. So Zian, tell me, you're laughing in the corner there and stuff, and I'm sure your dad has been telling you history. I don't know how old you are, but he's been telling history about, what he did in the past and grooming you and so forth. So you tell me a little history about what he's told you and how it influenced you, because sometimes kids not necessarily follow the path of their parents, but then again, it's always in you, right? It's in the household and so forth. So what is your experience?
Well, as the last thing you indicated, it was in the household, right? And it is on both sides. So my dad and my mom, they both can sing. And what he influenced the majority is feeling. And that was it. From there, I would constantly have headsets on and I just listen to music. Whenever he sends me something, hey, check out this, I am just engrossed. And from there, I transitioned into trying to get into the church choir as well. It was separately in another church. And I was just going from there. They taught me a little more about, my vocal control and all of that. And from there, he was like, all right, Zen man, you can sing, come, try a little something. And he would always set up the studio and thing. And he would be like, all right, he would give me certain vocal ranges to start at to do the backups. And I would just be having a time, marvel at, all these different things that he would be doing. And then to hear the final product and be amazed. And like he said, he just pick up himself after the COVID period. And he was like, yeah, what? We could do our own thing because we have all the necessary stuff. Like, the vocals. He has the connections to get the, all the people that playing the instruments. All that, we already had everything. So it was just to take that step. And with him is if he step with his right foot and both of us tie up, I will step with the left. And we going like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great inspiration having your father, be someone that guides you along the way, right? Would you say how is your presence on stage and how do you feel that he basically told you, okay, now it's time? Were you ready, even though you move along with him? Were you ready? Are you a shy person? Are you introverted? Are you, what type of person are you naturally?
Well, it is conflicted because within like a normal sitting or anything like that, I am the introvert. I would literally be listening to music or some other doing something on my own.
Yeah.
But when it comes to being on stage, as he tells me over and over, not to instill fear in me, but to let me know that here's what, you come out here to enjoy. You already know what you have to do. You already have the qualities and everything that is needed to perform.
Yeah.
It's just for you to enjoy yourself. That was it.
Yeah. Most people, right? And Virgil, you could attest to this if if you're not an introvert and you're the type of person that's a go-getter and you're not shy and stuff like that. Some shy people would have an alter ego. So my alter ego is NIKKI G. I'm usually Nicole. That's my shy side. Like, how should I say, Beyonce, who everybody knows or you might know, has Sasha Fierce, right? So do you have an alter ego when you say, okay, when I'm on stage, I'm this type of person? Or you just go with the flow?
Honestly, it's not just on stage, it's with music. I would believe I'm a different person. Not to say like I'm influenced, but the level that I enjoy doing what we do, I just honestly just flow with it and it's just be having fun.
Comes naturally, yeah.
For me is seeing people enjoying what I do. That gives me a drive. Seeing people smiling and you're singing and there were places where people don't know you, see you for the first time. So in my mind, my first impression must always last. So from the time I on the step, waiting to go on, and the introduction start, and I watch the faces of the people. Yo,
Anticipation.
I come out of my world then.
Yeah, yeah.
I just come out of my world and I just appear on that stage. That is
Yeah.
just, seeing the people that will give me
Okay. We have videos. We have videos set up in order for with you on stage. So we just want to play like a couple of clips really quick so people would see how the performance is on stage, and then we'll get back to the questions.
Yeah, no problem.
And if we're playing, everyone help me back. And I'm freezing in Brooklyn, darling, loving no fire. Tell her why you feel this back. How you put back your book back. When I get this feeling of small trouble. Let me start you back again. Fuck up the bubble just to one on your head. We coming out of this running bed. I don't think my I don't wanna see no bed. Nobody can help me to swap. When you touch it, take your friend, put on any center.
All right. So, I mean, we have some short clips. So we're doing some short clip versions. You won't see it here, but it's being shown on the outside. So I see both of you guys performing, and in unison, the voices connect, like they're almost the same, you know?
Yeah. Behind closed doors, you can't really tell who's singing.
Ah.
If you're not seeing us, you can't really tell.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we have a kind of song that is together.
Yeah, yeah. And the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I mean, he is a part of you. So your vocal cords, some of your mannerisms, stuff like that he's gonna have,
Plenty. We should not really, I mean, in this to have your children or your child with you at all times. I mean, we can't have them 24/7, but the majority of times for educational purposes, for the knowledge to understand life on the whole. Because it's not really just about music, Music is just a part of us. But if we do educate each other about what we do, then you could fall at the wayside.
Exactly.
You could walk a different road, which I try to breaks from. So
okay.
I mean, this is the avenue that could build you up so much that within yourself and your experience dealing with music and dealing with different people, you learn. So my thing is really about teaching. Teaching him about everything that is needs to be done, dealing with people on the whole, but not everybody will not everybody will educate a young person. Because in the life you're living in now, you find the older heads not really teaching the young ones anything.
Yeah.
So all your knowledge is dying with you, and the youth are fighting to get up the standard.
Yeah.
Whereas we as the elders could teach the youths. I mean, old, I'm considered an elder within the music for the amount of years I've been doing.
Yeah.
So my thing is teaching.
Yeah.
Teaching. I mean, and the group that I have, the players and things, they understand my head where that is concerned. You might meet a big man, but he still will have the knowledge. He might still be thinking smaller than where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So what I do, I try to educate my members on each and everything that is possible within me.
All right. So now that you mentioned the members, right? Could you elaborate on the members, what they entail, what parts they have, or what roles they have in the band?
All right. I have a guy named Jude.
Mm-hmm.
He's the keyboardist at the time. He a very close friend of mine. We've been playing music since when? You know,
Really?
yeah, he and I.
Okay.
So that keyboard man. And then
Mm-hmm.
the drummer. Well, he and I been playing music. Again, I try to get people that understand the know-how and the
Mm-hmm.
go and get.
Okay.
So the drummer and I, he been playing music at least for a long time. We played in about 6 different bands together.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So you mostly try to play with people within your circle that you have a history with, so you know their
History.
talents.
Yeah. So I could get what I want out of them.
Yeah.
I could push them to that limit without anybody feeling any sort of discomfort or feel like I'm fighting them. The way I deal is that this is what we are gonna do. I pushing you to that limit. And we get a nice song. The
Yeah.
bass man, his name is Dennison. He's fairly new. But he started when the band started. So from 2020 to now he stick with me.
Okay.
But he's also a church guy.
Okay.
But I'm in church.
All right.
So, and my engineer, his name is Ganesh, but he's a pundit.
He's a
pundit.
Oh, okay.
So, everybody have that church
Uh-huh.
influence in their life, and which is good because we are able to connect even better. We connecting with prayers,
Yeah.
and then we connecting with the
A
world
common
music,
ground.
so
Yeah.
we have that common ground.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Basically, that is the whole band right there.
So,
well, the girl that I see singing there, that's my sister-in-law.
Oh, that's his sister-in-law. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's her name?
Tamu.
Tammy?
Tamu.
Or Tamu. Okay. All right. So being that everyone has as you say, like in church or pundit and so forth, like what does your music, what type of music do you basically sing? Is it like soca, or what range of soca do you perform?
To be honest,
What type of music?
I try to touch every genre of music
Okay.
that is possible.
All right.
The reason for that is there's so much more that you could reach by doing other people's music than just doing my culture alone. Because when we leave from Trinidad and go, let me say we go Atlanta, it's different multi countries you're meeting.
Yeah, ethnic group.
Right, it's all different ethnic groups. So you find we do a little reggae, we do a little pop, we do some Afrobeat, we do we name it. We try to touch every music because I don't know who's there.
Okay.
And I don't like people to feel left out.
Yeah, true.
So we touch any music possible.
All right. That's
so
pretty
based on where we go, we play music to suit that. It don't matter. We play.
I like how he said that because initially when everybody got together, that was his mindset. It being, we're not going to play to make ourselves look good, but to make people around us, enjoy the energy, the vibes. So we're not playing for no professional person. So you're not gonna hear us doing some kind of thing where we calling out, we're going into this D major. No. You see, the common person outside not gonna understand that. So as he initially, when we gathered everybody, he said, hey, what? we're going to make people feed off, not really feed off, but feel this level of energy and vibes that we can bring to a stage.
Okay.
Not to make them feel, all right, we're here at some performance where we don't understand the structure of music, but we just here because, but we're here to enjoy and listen to, and we could relate to and sing along to. So
okay. So I see you did the tribute to Blacks in Atlanta, as you mentioned, Atlanta, Georgia, and then Virginia Beach. How was that experience?
It was nice. I mean, for the first time the band actually do something outside of Trinidad, it was nice. It was nice. We get a nice, we get a nice response from people. So it was good. It was
Yeah.
good. It was good. Yeah.
So how was the temperature there compared to Trinidad at that time? Did you come during the summertime or was it?
It's around the same time, May.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was around the same time we went up, yeah.
Indoor or outdoor
It wasn't outdoor. Outdoor, but it wasn't cold. It wasn't
Okay.
cold.
Okay.
It wasn't cold. Yeah. It wasn't cold, but we had on short pants and something.
Around this time?
Yeah.
All right.
But at least for me,
Okay.
it wasn't cold. I thought it would have been, but from the day, place was as hot. So yeah.
All right. So we're going to play another one of your videos, another short clip, so people could see how you perform.
And every time I take a trip, I feel like winding, oh. And every time I cross that trip, I feel like a oh. Don't wanna be inside, I can be outside tonight. The way you're bending, you know, so we having a good time. Just spend the time, I feel dynamite. Every time, yeah. From time I take a trip, I'm ready to go. If you're looking for sexy, so throw inside a I am the honey one, make it magic. I sweet like a truly mango with jam. Thinking it's running no one. And they say, what is that? What's the nice? Skin like buffalo in the sun. I had to find a comfort out long. They say, what is that? What's the nice? Sing with me. Mama looking like a apple, my symphony. Everything fresh, look on the shelf. When you come late, everything done. They're looking for sweetness to put inside.
She has a good vocals.
Yeah,
Project really well. Really well. So your band training, what is that like? Just take us through a normal day of when you say, okay, we got to do a session, we got to come in and practice and so forth. What is that like?
It's okay. I try to make my session very simple. So what I do, Zen and I, we would sit and put the session together, and I'll send it to everybody, WhatsApp it, and they would listen to that. So when we come to the band now, the band is just a fine tune. We don't come and learn a song in the band. When we reach, it's the play. And when them guys come, I mean, them just come prepared. So when we reach, it's just a jam. Just start 1, 2, 3, we pray and music down the line. So it don't really be hard. It don't really be hard. It be simple.
Yeah.
And all we do is just make changes, or we add a little shot in between to liven up the thing, to give it a little oomph.
Okay. Okay.
It's been nice. The experience has been nice. It isn't be hard.
Okay. So if I ask you to do a cappella for me right now, right? Any song you want of your choice, would you be able to do that now?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Take the floor.
Runaway.
Runaway, yeah. You try. You try. You do the run. You make Celtic. Right? So she only got one life. Just stay on the job side. She make a memory for a lifetime that could last. Come on, baby. Knock a glass with two eyes. She don't catch feelings, she catch flies. Say she coming to the sunshine paradise. Lauren say it cold out in New York City. Say she coming home cause she must have to play. Lauren say it cold out in New York City. Say she coming home cause she must have to play. If you hear she ballin', I need a little runaway. Lauren coming home again, I need a little runaway. This woman on party bad, I need a little runaway. She tell her she friend and family, I need a little runaway. If you see Lauren anywhere she go, watch she wine and roll it. Any video that she go, watch she wine and roll it. Anywhere she go, watch she wine and roll it. Every video that she go, watch she wine and roll it.
Very good. I love the harmonization of both of you together. Really, really nice. Really good. Do you do any I know we have a song that was sent. Do you do any writing, composition and stuff of your own? Any songs at all?
Yeah, man. I have plenty songs. I have reggae.
Uh-huh.
I have reggae, I do, I do a little soca in between, I try slows one time,
Oh, nice. Could you do one more or any one of those songs that you did yourself? Could you do that a cappella?
Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
I did one called Joking Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You could play. Oh, yo, 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 baby. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Da, 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 da. Yeah. So let me go. Baby, do this stuff so I don't need I want to be alone, I want to go step out into the sunshine. To make your life easy. I know you will do your own. Everything goes on to find a man like me. Why don't you come on let me just get on, baby? I want to grow. Up and down, up and down. Baby, I don't want to grow. Up and down, up and down.
Very good. Did you release any of those songs that you have? Like
I did. This one I released.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know where this go,
Ah.
It's on the radio and it's a long process,
Okay,
But
okay.
I released.
Okay. Enlighten us a little bit because the thing is during carnival season just passed, right? And the big talk was how music is being played on the airwaves. Some people, their music is not getting played and so forth. I mean, we have a thundra of artists and, from all over, from Barbados, our own Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, and so forth, right? So the process of getting your music played, could you just run us through that in a summary? of how you go about doing that in the radio station?
Well, normally it's just you find after I do that, it's just a waiting process.
Or you just
It's just a waiting. Yeah.
you just
I mean,
wait for them to.
you would go to the radio station, but you doesn't really get you don't really get a hearing because
Mm.
everybody have their favorite artists, as I just say. So they prefer playing their favorite artists than.
Ah, okay. But most times they would say people have to request it. So how do they request it if they don't know what's there? Or you have to tell your people?
Well, even though even though you request it,
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, if they don't have it on the vault, then you could request your request will go in vain because I might send my song, and if for some reason one of them guys do like the song, and it don't get on the vault, but then we requesting it, don't make sense.
Okay.
They're not on the vault. Could have a playlist on the vault. If that's not there, it's very hard to get it.
It's hard, yeah. But now the good thing is there's social media, right? So I'm not sure if I know you're on Instagram and
Yeah.
but now they have distributions where people distribute their music either through whatever distribution list they have there, right? They have the American market where you pay like what? I think you pay like $10.
$10 or something.
Yeah. So you've done that? You've distributed your music on iTunes?
I started I'm using DistroKid.
Okay. Okay.
I started releasing stuff
All right. So they can find your music on YouTube as well?
Yeah.
Right. Could you tell us which platforms you're on and possibly what music we could find out there so people can actually go and stream it?
But as I now said, DistroKid,
Okay.
put it on every platform. Every platform. I'm just on Instagram, King Riley.
Okay.
Official. You have Spotify.
So basically all streaming platforms because usually when they distribute, yeah.
Yeah, but they distribute on a wide thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. Which is good. I think because way back when, I don't want to say my age or whatever, but we didn't have these type of platforms. And we had to basically let the DJ play it unless it's on the road or in a party or something like that.
Run it a CD from place to place.
Exactly.
Run it a CD, yeah. I've been
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
And then too, you find I remember Jay-Z saying that they used to sell music out of the back of their cars and so forth, So so what are the challenges that you faced that maybe you did something to overcome it as a band?
I think the only challenge I face is getting people to hear the band. That is my only challenge, making myself or the band be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, with God, I don't think I just go through any challenges because every challenge to me is a hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really consider it as a challenge.
Yeah, it basically makes you stronger, I would think, and shows you different doors. Sometimes, as they say, if there's not one door to open, you make your own door, or
Myself,
Yeah, yeah.
passion for myself. And and that is something I tell my band members, right? I always say this. Why try to get a seat at someone's table when you could build your own table?
Exactly.
The table and let people come and sit at you. And that was one of the reasons I formed my band.
Mm-hmm.
When I now my table, so I
Mm-hmm.
be center.
Oh wait, your volume just went down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Yeah. So as I said, that is why I built my own band. It's kind of like I built a table. My band is my table.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where I start, and that is where I'll continue. upwards.
Yeah.
Went from now on.
All right.
But I have a lot of, I have a lot of music that waited to, to for people to hear.
To release.
I also did a slow song,
Oh, you did?
Yeah, go beautifully on this beautiful day. When you said I do, when I said I love you, beautiful day. When you walked on the island, all I could do was smile. This beautiful day, all just in white when you came into my life. This beautiful day, when our parents gave us away. I can have voice now. If this is a dream, I don't wanna wake up. Just leave your love, let it overflow. Cause you're close to me, and we will always be close to my heart, never apart. Like we just said, till death do us part. We made a vow from then until now. Together we grow old, but never grow cold. On this beautiful.
Really nice, really nice. Bravo. Bravo.
That is where we are. As a band. As I say, I do all kind of music. I love music.
Yeah.
In my soul, in my body, in my heart, in my mind. After my kids, music.
Yeah. Well, so let me say this. What we usually do, once I interview someone, all your music that you have, you know, you send it to us and then we distribute it to the DJs and we have the DJs play it, right? And then we have someone that does like bios for people. Like if you have a bio, I'll get the information for you so we could help you out with that. But those are some of the things that we offer just for you coming on our platform, besides the distributions and stuff like that. So I would like Zien to give us your handles, your music handles and so forth, where we could find you. And if you do music on YouTube as well, even if it's as a group, just give us all your music handles.
Oh, well, I'm currently still under, heat wave. I
Okay.
have not, gone out on
Not
my own
single.
yet.
Okay.
I haven't
Okay.
singled out myself yet.
Okay.
But, with guidance, it is becoming a possibility because I was inspired by him he told me to just start writing.
Yeah.
And I would just randomly just pick up a line or something somebody said and just write. And
Yeah.
he would come and help me put together the beats. So
Okay.
I'm also a producer.
Yeah.
Produce.
Oh, he produces as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
good.
what
Good. So have you produced, so you produce just for the band or have you written or produced for other people as well?
No, that's produced for other people. Well, I a while back I did something for Blacks. I was doing
Ah,
a couple of things with the All Stars.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
Yeah.
good. See, he's a little shy there, but you've really done your work. You've really done your work with the coverage and all that. I'm really impressed with everything you guys are doing. So, what advice would you give to upcoming artists at this point in time?
Don't give up. Don't give up. You see, because most times people, as they get a little block, they decide to, I done with that, yes. You can't give up. If it's your passion, you have to use all those things as fuel to your fire. Because that's what if somebody give me a negative thought, all they do is make me get more, make my heart race more because I pass in you. Whatever you tell me, that is stopping me from going where I want to. So
Yeah.
it's all about determination and knowing where you want in your life.
True.
And God at your side, fear no man. You know, man, just good at it. You know, on your blockers like them horse. That's straight, yeah, that's straight. You know, it must be bumpy, but just
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And Zian, what advice would you give to the youths of today?
Honestly, my main and only advice is to set yourself apart. Don't get caught up, because once you get caught up in trying to be some way or someone else, is where you would lose yourself, and in turn lose that vision of what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
It's real easy to get caught up. I mean, I would say me being grounded is because I was taught in a certain way to be stubborn but still be able to learn and listen. Meaning, I am headfast in what I want to do, but I am also able to pay attention and pick up and learn from everything that's around me.
So you have to be disciplined in order to be in this, especially in a band as well, because it's not just about an individual, it's about everyone as an entity.
Group effort.
All right. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I said that's what I instill in my band. Group effort. It's not about me, or it's not about you. It's about everyone. Everybody thoughts count. It matters.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So usually what I do, I play a game, but I always try to switch it up. And being that, are you my first band? Well, maybe not my first band that I interviewed. So I have some band quote unquote questions. Because people always say try to think outside the box when you're doing questions, right? It doesn't have to be elaborate because we have 10 more minutes, and I just want to give you guys some of these questions so we could see where your thoughts at with the band, where the band is concerned, right? So imagine the band's music influencing a major cultural event in the future. What event would it be, and how would the music shape it? You basically doing this event, right? So you're making up the name, and what influence would that music shape this event that you're about to put? Let's say in Trinidad, and you see Trinidad needs this event. What would you name the event, and what is your expectations?
Well, honestly, I'll start with the expectation.
Okay.
Now, because my dad, as a person, he just likes it to the point where, as he said earlier, he likes when people are able to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
Right? And the highlight of it would, yes, be it has music, but it's not restricted to a point where we focus on a segregation where it would just be, all right, this one type of
One
music.
culture. Okay. Got you.
And he, as he keeps reiterating, it's just the ability to reach more than one person, right? And having that ability to share these different genres amongst people does have the effect of bringing people together. But regards to a name,
for the name, my concept will be music is life.
Music is life. Very good. Very good. Very good. So let's say 10 years from now, where would you see let's say 5 years from now, what is your expectations of the band? Where do you see it evolving?
Limit, the sky.
The sky's the limit.
Where we would see ourselves is where when you watch up in the air, see the blue sky. You watch up in the air, and see heat waves. That is where I'm at.
And to reiterate on his comment there, he always like to be inspiration with regards to music. So once he is able to set himself apart like he does with us in the band, once
Mm-hmm.
we are able to set ourselves apart and we can make that pathway for someone else, for some other band to understand, all right, we don't need to be trapped in this box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. What instrument? I know you have different instruments and so forth. So what unexpected instrument do you think you would introduce to the band to incorporate music as a dynamic? Maybe an instrument you don't have currently.
A tabla.
Uh,
Tabla.
could you explain what that is?
That's a it's a East Indian instrument. It's a drum.
Oh, with the
A
two on
hand drum. Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah. In my mind, I do it already. Yeah. In my mind, I play it already.
Yeah.
I think that would make it's a strange thing to have, but it will make a big difference.
Yeah.
Come
on. So what's the difference between the regular drums and that one?
I believe it's the tone.
Okay.
The song that come out of that.
Yeah.
See
Yeah,
that song?
yeah.
That has played my mind.
Yeah.
That is something I long to try.
That's what I love about the Caribbean, not just Trinidad and Tobago, but the Caribbean is like cosmopolitan. There's so many different ethnic groups, and we listen to East Indian music, we listen to African music, we have soca, kaiso, which is basically the same but in age, you know?
And that is something we have it, but we still have it separate. I want to join everything.
Yeah,
I want to bring that inside of my music. For some reason, I think it will make a big difference and it will enhance what we do. So instead of hearing a song play the normal way, you use that hand drum and do it different. As I say, it's in my head. I don't use it in my head already, and it's song.
Oh, nice. All right. So I want to thank you so very much for joining us. You don't have to leave. We have another person that's coming up. I was told it's kind of like a family type of thing, and I didn't realize that, So I have it's Ray coming up. They call her the soca sweetheart or the sweetheart of soca, right? And I spoke to your manager earlier, your wife, and she mentioned it. So we're gonna have her coming on soon. But I want to thank you so much for joining the show. You could definitely stay on if you choose to. You could stay on with us and so forth. Give everyone your handles, like if they have to reach out to you, where would they find you? If you want to give out your email, phone number, whatever.
Well, you'll find me kingredo.official at Instagram.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing I really use. I leave that for the manager. I just have one platform, which is the Instagram platform.
Okay. And then we could find your music everywhere on all platforms. All right. All right. I have a quick question. If you have to give advice to your younger self, what advice would that be? Virgil, you first.
The same thing. For whatever, backward never. That's what I use all the time.
Yeah.
For whatever, backward never.
And use all.
Let's keep going. That would make me reach up to this point.
Very nice.
And true experiences. And I heard it from Denzel Washington because he said it the best. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. And why would we reiterate and keep going with that is because you never know where you can be or what you can reach before you even try it. And we, as humans, we already limit ourselves to what we think we could do. But if we haven't even give it the smidgen of hope to attempt it, you would never know where or how it will become.
Exactly. Some great words to live by, from father and son team. Do you have any upcoming shows that everyone should know about?
Yeah, May 2nd, in Point Fortin.
Mm-hmm.
A place called Soka Island.
Yeah.
We'll be down in Point Fortin, right in Point Fortin. May
All right.
2nd.
Could you say it a little louder? I didn't quite hear you.
May 2nd, we'll be
Yeah.
at a place called Soka Island in Point Fortin.
Okay. Osoka Island, Port Fortin. Very good. All right. Awesome. So I want to thank you again for joining. You're always welcome. Always welcome on my show. Anytime you have new music and so forth, you guys have my email. You could send me everything that you have. All right. And is there any words, anything that you'd like to say to my audience before you leave?
Thanks for having us. And you'll hear a lot more Heatwave the Evolution coming out of your hand.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, stay there. Keep it locked. Everyone stay tuned. We have my beautiful Ray who just joined us. Hi.
Morning.
Keep it locked. I want to thank the band for being on with us. We're going to take a short break and then we'll be right back.
Okay, it's your sweetheart Ray. Big mood is a big mood. Yo, you don't know it's a big mood because I am a brand ambassador and artist for the Fetopia cruise going on June 2nd to June 9th, sailing to the Bahamas. But I ain't even tell her the best part yet. We sailing right out of Brooklyn, New York. So I don't have no excuse. I want to let you go and run and secure them packages and enter the code. It's Ray because you don't know we fetting all day. We walking up all day. And it have tons of events and tons of artists like myself to keep all you entertained. Because you don't know Fetopia come to bring the thing. Wait. All is still here? What all you waiting for? Run and secure them packages. Enter It's Ray and come on. Give me the thing where you say you have for me. The thing you say you have for me.
Broadcasting live from Philadelphia, Island Vibe, Philly's newest and hottest station.
You're listening to IslandVibes.net. All your hits banging right here. Philly #1 Caribbean station. Best in dancehall.
Undisputed champion, heavyweight, world great. At the Met Gaza celebrate.
Call the Uber. Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya.
Reggaeton.
Algunos no parecen todavía. Viven en el siglo de la hombría. Que esta regla es solo para ellos. Y que para tu hombre de maquilla.
Love in my heart, rum in my veins. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again.
And more. IslandVibes.net.
Look at people in here tonight. Dance with me, baby. And it's you running through my mind. Stay with me, baby. I might even whine if you give me time like you want this, darling. I have something for you right there. I catching a feeling right up on your bumper, baby. I know where you're from, Miss Lady. a jam, well then call me. As the look of the DJ at the end of the party, it's when she look and she tell me Dios, baby, take back a Dios, honey, take back a Dios, baby. So let me ease up the tension, Dios, baby, push back a Dios, honey, this time is all yours, baby. So let me ease up the tension. Say she love just how I does hold it. Them gyal they whining down, but it's you alone we control it. Yes, she a professional bam bam roller. She say bring it, come and wet me down, don't let nothing get in between us. Well, I catching a feeling right up on your bumper, baby. I know where you're from, this lady. I love how you dip and go down there. I know you're not easy. Long time I've been waiting for you. I have something for you. When it's time to leave in the morning and you feel for somebody, you could come and look for me. If you want a jam, well then call me. As the look of the DJ at the end of the party, it's when she look and she tell me Dios, baby, take back a Dios, honey, take back a Dios, baby. So let me ease up the tension, Dios, baby, push back a Dios, honey, this time is all yours, baby. So let me ease up the tension.
Everyone, it's well, it's still morning time here. I'm in New York. Ray is in, surrounding areas and so forth.
I'm Maryland right now. Yeah.
Right, she's in Maryland, and the band that we had before was in Trinidad. So we're traveling around the globe. All right, Ray. So thank you for coming on to the show to do your promotion and so forth. How has it been? How was your week?
Well, first, thank you for having me. My week has been a little more busy than it typically is because I've been doing like a lot of running around, actually getting ready to head to Trinidad in about 2 weeks. So for Borrow Day. So I've been like trying to go to the mall, trying to find outfits, trying to do yard work because it's starting to get nice outside, and then dealing with the kids. So a lot of back and forth. And then I recently just kind of recovered from the flu. So everything kind of really kicked in for me this week. So I've been a little on the go for this week.
As I was saying in the background, I look at your videos, right? I'm going from one to the next, different shows and so forth. And I know this is, once you're in the entertainment industry, right? And you're an entertainer and stuff like that, and you set your mindset. I don't know if you have a second job. Some people have a job and doing this, right? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How do you manage? Do you work from home or what?
I do work from home. So the thing about me is it's a lot. So the thing about me is I never go on to like a new journey without kind of setting things in place. So originally I had owned a couple of daycares.
Okay.
And when I started doing that in Maryland, it was kind of really me by myself. So that's when the burning desire to do the music really happened. And I'm like, okay, but how do I do this? Because I can't just keep saying, hey, daycare closed. Like parents gonna be like, you're crazy. We need reliable people.
Exactly, yeah.
So at that point, I started saying, you know what? I need to find something that's remote. And I think I'm gonna have to decide to let go of the Maryland location because I was literally just handling it on my own. There was no staff or anything like that.
Okay.
So that's exactly what happened. So I found a remote job and I let that go because I knew that I wanted to pursue the music and I knew that it was going to require the capabilities of being able to move up and down.
Yeah.
So I did that, set my hours for the wee early morning hours. So for the most part, I still have a lot of my day free. It sucks for me because I'm still going from early morning till night, but yeah, I sign up for this, right? So you can't really make the excuse. You know that it's going to come with a level of work and a level of commitment. Yeah. So that's kind of just how mentally I prepare myself. Like, Gil, some days going to be harder than others. You chose this. Nobody begged you to join this. Nobody begged you to do this. So you have to now set up your life and set up yourself to be able to navigate, these different avenues. And so said, so done. I'm great with time management. So I kind of just, I don't know, I just find a way to get it done some way, somehow.
And that I was speaking to someone because I was telling them about different things that I do. And I was saying once you have a love or a passion for what you do, you find the time. And sometimes
Exactly.
time doesn't exist when you're doing what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I like, what I read about you, you said your name, right? Explain it to
Yeah.
people. It's real authentic energy. Just explain it, how you came about that.
Yeah. So how that actually happened was, so for those who don't know, my full name is Rachel, right?
Mhm.
And in growing up, everybody would just be giving me nicknames. So I've been called Ray Charles because I was singing, and that's actually originally when I started the journey. It was Ray Charles. It wasn't just Ray.
Okay.
Then some people would call me Ray Ray, and then eventually Ray Ray just became Ray. So when I started doing the music, I started looking at Ray not just as an individual, but Ray as a brand. And what do I want that to stand for?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things, again, in growing up and even in starting the journey in the industry, that a lot of people would have told me is, you come off so real, like you come off so authentic, you come off so
Authentic.
this. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, I've been hearing this my whole life. We're gonna put this to use, right? I'm like, what could Ray stand for? What could Ray the brand mean? And I said, okay, you come with the realness, you believe in being authentic. And I'm like, what the E could be though? Like, I gone through all different things, and I was like, you know what, real authentic energy. And once it came to me, that was it. Like, for me, it gelled, it made sense, it
Yeah.
represented who I was as a person. And to me, it gave me the opportunity to do a lot more with the name Ray. I could take it on the avenue of real authentic energy, or I could just push Ray. It allows me to facilitate both avenues. So
Very nice. And you also have coined the sweetheart of soca. So did
yes.
you put that you mesh that all in one, or someone gave that to you, or what was your
So
reason?
that was actually given to me. I was never really called I was never really called a sweetheart, prior to doing music. I am a sweet person. I am a very caring person, but I'm also a very straightforward person.
Mm,
So it was new. It was new and it was different being called the sweetheart, and I was called it by multiple people. But if I had to give one person the credit for coining it, for like hands down, it
yeah.
would be DJ Judgment, because
Ah,
people would use the terminology in a lot of interviews like, oh my god, you're such a sweetheart, right? And it would just kind of stay there. But
yeah.
Judgment kind of took that to the next level, and he would do like interviews and like Twitch videos and things, and he'd be like, I don't care, this is the sweetheart of soca, this is your soca sweetheart right here. And it just took off, like it
Yeah.
just went. And I was like, Dara, like, I like that, like I actually like that. And I was honored to even have someone or multiple people have like this idea of, yeah, like we like that, we going with that, like we running with that too. So it's have been accepted, to have been on different platforms and actually be called the sweetheart. Like, I've been on the news and called the sweetheart of
Mm.
soca. So at this point, it's like stuck with me. I can't even do anything about it anymore.
But but that's how things happen sometimes, It's like you get names, or you get like certain suggestions. Like, I interviewed some people and they're like, oh, my fan page did this, or a friend did this. I know
Yeah.
Judgment, and I know how he is, and he's very expressive. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that is really nice. On the topic of awards, I see you were awarded Caribbean Afro Music Awards. You got
Yes.
that. Yeah. How was that experience?
Um, so that was amazing. That was actually just overall an amazing year, because I had two nominations. I had Caribbean Music Award, which was in New York,
Yeah.
for the Impact Award. And
Yeah.
then I had the nomination for Breakthrough Act on the Caribbean Afro Music Awards, which was in London. And just the nominations by itself, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. Like, that was enough for me, because I didn't anticipate anything like this happening. So when I got the phone calls that I was even being nominated. And then in the category of who else was in the category with me, I was like, oh, I didn't even need to win. I just win. Like, that was enough. So when I actually won the Caribbean Afro Music Awards, I was at home. I got a phone call from Daryl, and he's like, are you sitting down? And I scared. You know, when people ask you that, it's not normally good news, right? So I'm like, you're freaking me out. Like, what do you, yes, I'm sitting down. What happened? Like, what's going on? He's like, you won. Now, obviously, when you get nominated, the awards will happen tomorrow. So a while passes. So he's like, you won. And I'm like, I won? What did I don't, what are you talking about? I win what? He's like, girl, you win. And I was like, what did I win? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, you won the Caribbean Afro Music Awards. And I started to go crazy. I hit my head, all kind of thing, like the way I just throw myself. So it was really, really exciting because, again, like I say, for me, the win was just being nominated overall. And as a new artist, having a nomination for two different awards in
categories.
A year it was absolutely amazing. And so when I won it, I was like, okay, well, this is cool. But then the actual physical award came in the mail, and that was like a whole next thing by itself. Because
oh my god, so literally like, something to touch to say you really won this. It's not a dream.
Exactly. So because everything was kind of taking a while, you know, it's London and things had to reach. I'm like, I don't think this award coming. I think this is just like, you know, we get a paper and it says you win. So when it physically came, and I'm like watching my name on this award, that's when the real disbelief hit. Like, I was just like, this really just happened. So it was amazing. And again, grateful. I actually found out this morning that it was a really, really great way to wake up, that I've actually been, I don't know how you refer to it, like when you've been, I guess, pre-nominated. Like I'm in the preliminaries for Caribbean Music Awards again, but this time in two categories. Yeah. So I'm in it for Best New Artist and again for the Impact Award. So I guess when people do their voting, then they narrow it down or whatever the case may be. But again, honor to even, you know, be in the preliminaries and to be in two categories this time. It makes me feel like great people seeing you're doing the work and people seeing exactly. So it's one of those things that you just had to kind of remain grateful.
Yeah. So one of my listeners is seeing your Afro earrings. So do you want to, because there's like, why not Trinidad? Why Africa? So they want you to explain that.
I just really love it. At the end of the day, I think, you know, it's all about this one people and things like that. So I think regardless of if it's Trinidad or not, this is still a representation of me, you know? So, and I just genuinely, I just love it, even just in terms of how it looks. So,
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, if people don't know, if it's someone else that's non-Caribbean or whatever, we tend to wear things of our heritage. So it could be Africa, it could be even Spain, it could be any different country, because Trinidad on the whole, or the Caribbean on the whole, is a mixed culture, you know.
Exactly.
So it's a tribute.
But for whatever reason, these earrings, they get far more recognition than I do. These are like my everyday slap on earrings, and somehow when I slap them on everywhere I go, these earrings, like, they're a hit. So
but it's beautiful. Yeah, because people usually wear like jewelry or thing, but I mean, we usually have things that are made and they look authentic. So, you know, it attracts people. Yeah, but it's very nice.
Thank you. And of course, I have a steel pan earring and them kind of thing too. It's just, I just throw this on like very quickly. So
yeah, I like that. I really like that. You were also showcased on Fox 5 News. Could you tell us about that?
So I was showcased on Fox 5 News twice. The first time I was a little bit more behind the scenes, kind of just representing for Caribbean Heritage Month. And I sang whole day, but I wasn't really, like, they didn't say my name or anything like that. I was just more kind of, again, in the background, in a costume, representing for the culture. The second time that I was there, I was actually in studio in Fox 5 News. And that was a interview specifically where it was about me and about soca and about the culture and things like that. Again, being chosen to represent for Caribbean Heritage Month. So more blessings, more gratitude, because there's tons of people that could be asked, and to have been asked 2 times back to back was again like, oh my God, of course I'm gonna want to come and represent. You have to, yes, the answer is yes.
But see, the good thing is, right, because we always say this, or some people said this time around for Carnival, where you always find the same people over and over. We love our soca artists, or all the artists that we have, but it's always nice too to see a fresh face, someone different other than the ones that we see normally. And then your music, there's always time for other people to shine as well,
Exactly, yeah.
So it was really nice to see you there. Also on Universal Circus Caribbean Night.
Oh yes, Universal Circus Caribbean Night.
Yeah.
Again, another huge blessing. I used to just attend the circus, and this was phenomenal for me on so many different levels. One, because I used to go there, and now again to come back, but to be coming back as somebody performing in it was absolutely amazing. But to top it off, my kids were there as well, and they were in the audience, and that was like their first experience really with the circus overall, and one of their first moments really ever seeing their mom perform. So the night in and of itself was just a lot. Like, it was very emotional. It was a big moment for me, and I was like, oh, Caribbean Night, I come with my Trini bra top, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna know where I'm from. and big up to Wire Things, because she had custom made that whole outfit for me. So it was a lot of people that came together to help make that happen. Daryl, of course, always pushing for new things and being a great manager. Esther, who also made the connections and made it happen, and Wire Things, who again, she came in, and it was like a last minute thing. I was like, girl, we had to come different. I don't want to just throw on anything. And she put together this custom piece, and I was like, oh my God, I'm floored. Like, I love it. They can clearly see it's the Trinidad flag, like we represented tonight.
Very nice. I love that. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna set up a video, because for the time that we have, normally we have a 2-hour video, but because of the promotion and stuff like that, we do the hour. So we're gonna set up the video of you performing, like it's a short performance introductory video. You're gonna show that, take a short break after that, and we'll come back.
Okay, no problem.
Well, it's rain, na 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 na. Baby, when I rest, I slow wine on ya, and I start to feel your hands around my body. I know you just love it when I slow wine on ya. I could feel you pressing hard on me, making it hard for me. Baby, look at we now, whining, grinding hard on each other, down in a corner. Not even breeze could pass between, and it's rudeness on me mind, and you swear we intertwining. It's pressure when I start to walk, it's trouble when I rest out. Slow wine on you, and you start to put your hands around me body. I know you just love it when.
Listen, you see that green outfit? I want to know where you bought it, because that outfit is so sexy. It's like you're on stage, and it's like a ribbed kind of crochet something.
I couldn't see the video, so I don't know. I don't know.
I'll show you after, but it's a two-piece, and then it has the threads. So you basically
like the whole outfit is like thread, and then it has a little ruffle on the
yes.
On the side of
Did someone design that for you, or
no? So there's this store in Maryland. I think it's in Maryland, DC, and Virginia. I think I could be somewhere wrong in there, but they usually like I buy a lot of my performance outfits from there. So that was just one of the ones where I walked in and I was like, oh my God, this outfit. And I don't typically wear colors. I don't know why I'm so afraid of colors, but I
Ah,
almost always default to black.
ah.
So I was like, you know what? There's something about this green kind of calling to me. And when I put it on to go perform, I was like, oh my God, no more whole bottom out. I was like, I can't wear this. I can't wear this. And Darren and I'm like, Jill, stop your stupidness. And I'm like, can we fix the strings to cover it up a little bit more in the back? But I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, it's very nice. I find sometimes when people, you have a shape, you know, you look good or whatever, and you find people that are, how should I say? I want to say it in a nice way, but people who are a little more voluptuous or bigger are confident. And when you are small, we're always looking at the little this, and I do it. I do it a lot. And I'm like, oh God, this showing, that showing, and stuff. And I'm like, Nicole, somebody bigger than you wearing the same thing. Why you acting so far? You know? So
that is literally how I am. Like I am very conscious of just also the way I'm portrayed, right? We want to give sexy at the end of the day.
Exactly.
But I'm just also very careful that sexy doesn't become raunchy. That's raunchy is not me. And I'm not saying that can't work for other people. It's sometimes that's the person's genuine demeanor and style, and they like that, and that's okay for them. But for me, it still has to have sexy but classy, and I have to clear the air because I know I'm known for like saying, oh, I don't really wear my bottom out and them kind of thing. It's not to say that I'm against it. I'm not against it. I think what people misunderstand when I say like, oh, I'm not a wear my bottom out kind of person. I am from Trinidad. I play math. My bottom will be out in times. I'm a soca artist. My bouncy gonna show sometimes. However, it's when I say what I say, it's more to say that it's not myself. It's not what Ray the artist represents. So you will not see those things constantly. You will not see those things regularly. But that don't mean when you see it, because I just get the reactions. It's like, but Ray, how you end up in that outfit? Ray, that give me the thing video. Is your whole bam see out in that video? You know, like I'll get those things. And the reason why I'm getting it is because I know people know me for saying, oh, I don't really like to show things off like that. But again, it's not that I'm against people doing it. I just don't want that to be what represents me as an artist. I don't want that to be why I get in where I get in, or how I got whatever I got. You know what I'm saying? So that's the clear air there. So if I'm happy to show them I'm see every day, they can show them I'm see every day.
As you and she picked out something and it was like all exposed. And I was like, she's like, I'm picking this because people don't expect this from you. The same thing you said. So you stand out,
Exactly.
I totally
you have those moments, but
exactly.
Not your everyday personality and things like that. Yeah.
Totally get it. So your writing skills, right?
Yes.
When you write your songs, I don't know if you've written for other people, you could let me know that. But what is your thought process when you're making a song like Slow Wine? What was your thought process for that?
Okay, so for me, I don't consider myself a songwriter. Can I write music? Yes. But Daryl does a lot of the writing. And there's some songs where I have written and he has written on it as well. But for the most part, I would say that how we operate is when we get a rhythm, he'll say like, okay, what are you hearing for this, Ray? Like, what do you feel? What do you want to say? And I'll say, well, this one I'm feeling like this one had to be sexy, or this one had to be the bubble tune, or this one had to feel like this, or this one had to feel like that. And then we will go back and forth in the process. Like there will be specific lines I might interject and things like that. I've written songs for myself, by myself, that those are they have just never gotten the opportunity to come out yet, but they exist and they're still there. But throughout the journey, there's a lot. Like, for example, Chemistry, that was a co-write between myself and Daryl. Don't Blame Me, which was, can't remember which year that was. That was a co-write between myself and Daryl. So a lot of it is either way I'm involved. Like very few of these songs is the song just happened, Daryl give it to me. Now, some of them do exist like that, right? Where it was like, he just writes and I got it and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this. But majority of the music that exists has this is what I wanted to, they have this one song, oh God, I wanted to come out so bad. But yeah, it just, it's just like a lot of the sentiments of what I am feeling and what I want to say and what message I want to get out to the people. So again, I wouldn't label myself as a songwriter. I guess by definition I can because I physically have, but
exactly.
because I don't consider myself as like, okay, I sitting down today and I doing this and I doing that, I don't really label myself that
That's
way.
not your sole purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Music. Yeah.
But yeah, but to answer the question, a lot of the concepts come that way. Like Daryl will give me the beat and I will say, oh, I want this one to be sexy and I wanted to talk about this. Like whole day, when we had gotten whole day, I was like, oh, like, I'm like, nah. When we got the rhythm for whole day, I was like, I want to say this, I want to say that, I want this to be about this. It had to be like, oh, I cannot come outside and this is how I'm feeling and this is like, so it for the most part goes like that.
Yeah. I like when you listen to a song and you could relate to it,
Yes.
and then when the person actually put either themselves in it, like you're talking about yourself or an experience or something like that. So everyone's hearing about Daryl. Tell them who Daryl is. Just
So
explain.
Daryl is a songwriter, but he is also my manager. He's a great songwriter. He's written some of your top songs like Boss Lady, Tender, things like that. So, without doing too much, he's our best songwriter.
Yes.
but now he's also our best manager and he really, really, puts in the work and he really does his thing. And this is some of the people that's behind the scenes that a lot of people don't get to know and they don't get to see because they kind of see the artist and they just no artist is a one woman show or a one man show. There's a team that is behind those people, whether it be to encourage them, whether it be to help style them, whether it be to write for them, to manage them. There's a team behind it. And me and him have literally started this from the beginning. Like, I remember when we started, he's like, Gil, I never managed nobody, I say, listen, we're going to do this together. You know what I'm saying? We're going to figure it out and we're going to do it together. We're going to make this work. And you kind of see for the work that's been happening that it definitely has been great.
Yeah, because I'm going through the videos. Like I have to do my research and stuff, right? But I mean, I always follow you and I see the things that you do and stuff like that. And I'm going through them and I'm like, oh my God, this is good. And you have links where you have to go to another one and then another one and then what you do and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know where she finds the time. Like, honestly, the traveling and stuff, having a family. I mean, how should I say, your backbone with the family, right? How does that relate with everything? Like, how do you do that?
So my mom, I literally can't do this without my mom. Like from the very beginning, like I literally cannot leave the house if it wasn't for my mom. She really holds down the kids when I am gone. And for the most part, it's usually like a weekend, maybe at most a week, but the Trinidad stretch, that one is always the hardest. It is always the longest. Sometimes I'm gone for about a month and a half to 2 months. And that is definitely the most heart-wrenching moment. But I owe that to my mom. Like without a doubt, there would literally not be any really sweetheart or soca at all because I'm not leaving my children with any random person. So without her, I couldn't make it happen. And my kids also, for the most part, like when I see their reactions, first of all, my kids think like I'm like Beyonce famous.
Really?
Like let's put that out there. So, but that's because they don't fully understand yet. So it's like if they're scrolling through YouTube and one of my videos pop up, they're like, "Oh my God, mommy, you're famous!" Like that, So part of the reason and the backbone too to keep continuing is this way that they see me. And I feel like that is teaching them like, you can go out there and you can live your dreams. Every dream is not, okay, well, I'm going to go to college for X amount of years and I'm going to come out with this degree and I'm going to get this job. Not that I don't want them to do that. If they do that, that is, but I'm not going to be that parent that's like, oh my God, your life is over because you didn't do life this way. You know what I'm saying? And I have to do that through an example. And luckily I have the degrees and those things like that to also show, but now I can show them both. I can say, hey, I did this, I have this, but I also did this. And there's not one avenue only for life. So
and you followed your dreams, which is a great thing. You worked hard, and even though you might say, you're comparing Beyonce to you or whatever, you are a star. You
Thank
are a
you. I
star in your
appreciate
own
that.
right. The things that you've done, everything you've done. I think I saw an artist. She was saying sometimes you might probably send a video to a friend or you might invite a friend somewhere and they'll be like, oh, I'll come to that little thing. And what we do is not little at all by
Yeah.
any means
Mm-hmm.
because there's so much that goes into it. You
Yeah.
know, even if you post in a video or you getting dressed for an interview or whatever the case may be, everything is a big deal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think it's actually even a little harder, like doing soca music, because at the end of the day, we're not a genre that's very streamed and still,
Yeah.
again, not even fully recognized on a lot of platforms. So for us to kind of get that recognition, a lot of physical work is required, a lot of going out and performing and doing things like that versus like we say your R&B artist who they could make a song, but because R&B is this big streaming genre, they could sit back and they're making one set of money from that. And if they perform twice for the year, they perform twice for the year. Not us. We had to beat that. We had to beat it. We had to be out there. And even what you were saying, like with the content, like sometimes, like in COVID, I used to do a lot of like dance videos and things like that. But as COVID stopped and things picked up, it's about now finding the content that already exists as content because you have to kind of find that balance where you're still showing people that you're a human being and you exist.
Yeah.
And you know, you're not just this artist, but it's how do you find it, right? So again, it's like those pockets. Like I am goofy, I am clumsy, and when Daryl happens to capture that moment, I'm like, oh no, forget the sexy picture, forget the sexy photo. This video needs to be used because that's a representation of who I actually am versus you know who they may see on stage and things like that. So
Yeah, trying to make it polish or something like that.
yeah, yeah.
But
so it's a hard genre, but it's the love for the culture and the passion for the music.
But what do you think? I'm getting to Fatopia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to that. But I wanted to ask you where and how, well, I should say, where do you see soca maybe 5 years from now and your contribution to it, right? What do you intend to do for it to get to a certain platform where you see, okay, you know what? Soca is being played, people are appreciating it. Because I mean, you see people now coming to Carnival, they went to Jamaica, of course, they go to Trinidad and so forth, and people are singing the music, restreaming, and all that. So where do
Yeah.
you see us 5 years from now, and what do you intend to do? Which you're already doing, but what do you intend to do to help soca reach to that destination?
So I think a couple of things, right? And this is just me personally.
Yeah.
For me, one of the things that I like is when I am hired for a gig that is not your typical traditional soca platform. And I think that that is one of the ways that you kind of spread the music because the thing is if we only apply the music to those within the culture, it kind of stays right there. And one of my hopes and my goals is to continue to do things like, again, I've performed in was it Cartagena in Colombia. And that was like so absolutely random. Like people were like, oh my God, like what, where, how do they know soca there? But it doesn't matter whether they know it or not. That's the point, right? Put soca on platforms that you wouldn't only see soca on, because in order for it to stream more, people have to be more aware of it. The crossovers, that's another thing that I want to do a little bit more of, some crossover music where you have soca in it but you have a mix of another genre in it as well, because now you appeal to another genre again who may not know anything about soca. And for me, that's absolutely one of my hopes within the next 5 years, to continue doing things like that. And of course, you know, your regular, like your carnivals and your stuff like that, of course that has to happen, that's the culture. But taking it outside of just the culture and continuing to release music that doesn't just exist because it's carnival, right? Music kind of, if soca music isn't there, new music to stream continuously, then it kind of just becomes, okay, well, every time there's a carnival, you'll see the spike. And then after the carnival, it will come back down. But that's when the more music has to release again, because you're giving them, you know, new things to listen to. I also want to, and I kind of started it last week where I kind of listed all the music that I've had since I've been doing soca music. It's about reminding people of the music that exists, right? It's not only the new music. We have this thing about us where new music comes out and all the new music is like it never existed anymore. And all of that still helps in streaming the genre. Like these old songs or these songs that happened last year, they're not garbage. They don't deserve to just be thrown out. So it's about finding ways to continue to promote it and shed light on what already exists so that people continue to stream the platform, because it's a collective effort at the end of the day, right? It has to come from the consumers, it has to come from the artists, the DJs, the promoters, the producers. All these people have to kind of come and work together and want the genre itself to become bigger. And that's just my hopes in how I could kind of continue to spread that. And just again, in conversation, making people aware. Look, I walked into the barber shop the other day with my kids, and a guy is like, for whatever reason, my hair and the earrings always get conversation. So they're like, your hair is really like nice. And can I ask you where you're from? And I say, oh, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. Do you know where that is? And they're like, yeah, we've heard of it. I was like, oh, okay. So have you heard of soca music? You know, like it's like almost instantaneously where I'm like, well, let's go into this now, because if they didn't know, now they're gonna know. And then I'm like, okay, well, here's some stuff you can listen to. Here's some stuff you can stream. Here's where you can find some things. And I think that it's just, again, this constant push, right? Yeah, we don't want to shove it down anybody's throat, but they have organic, natural moments that come to pass that allows soca music to be more seen, more heard, more learned about. And that's my hope for within the next 5 years. Continue to do that.
That's really good. Really, really impressive.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna move to the video. We're gonna show the video with Fetopia, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that. Everyone keep it locked. I wanted to give a couple of shout outs because I had people who are locked in on Facebook, to Derek Raymond, to Simone, Bertram, Lynn, and Tabitha. I want to thank you guys for locking it in, and everybody that's locked in on Facebook, on YouTube, and all different places. Oh wait, yeah. And before we go on a break, I just want you to give them your social media handles, and then we'll go on the break with the video of you for Fetopia.
No problem. So my Instagram is itsray.official, and I spell Ray with an E. So it's ITSRAE.official. And when you get there, I have a link in my bio taking you to everything else. The YouTube, the streaming platform, the TikTok, the Threads, whatever it's about there, the link will take all into all of it. So just find the Instagram, it's ray.official.
Beautiful. Keep it locked. Short video, and we'll be back right after the video.
Okay, it's your sweetheart Ray. Big mood is a big mood. Yo, you don't know it's a big mood because I am a brand ambassador and artist for the Fetopia cruise going on June 2nd to June 9th, sailing to the Bahamas. But I ain't even tell her the best part yet. We're sailing right out of Brooklyn, New York. So I don't have no excuse. I want to let you go and run and secure them packages and enter the code It's Ray, because you don't know we fetting all day. We walking up all day, and it has tons of events and tons of artists like myself to keep all you entertained, because you don't know Fetopia come to bring the thing. Wait, all is still here? What are you waiting for? Run and secure them packages, enter It's Ray, and come on, give me the thing where you say you have for me, the thing you say you have for me.
Very nice. Make sure my volume is down. So, Fetopia.
Yes.
That's a big cruise that's coming up. Very soon. Could you tell us the dates first?
Yes.
And then we'll get into everything else.
So it is June 2nd to June 9th. And as all you heard in the video, we are leaving out of Brooklyn. So it is very accessible. You don't have to worry about hopping on a plane to get to this, destination, to get on the boat. So I think that's really, really cool.
That's really nice. Yeah. Especially having to go to Miami, and then you might play and all that. I experienced that. And I'm like, before, I think the very first one they had where you could leave from New Jersey, which was good. But then the pandemic came, and then they took it to Brooklyn, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was that union? Like, how did they come to you and put, just tell us that story.
So I first met one of the representatives for Fatopia. Was it? It wasn't last year. I think it was the year before. Because I was performing in Brooklyn for an event, and it was also like my birthday celebration.
Oh, nice.
So after the event, that was the first time they had ever seen me perform, and they were like, "Oh my God, like we're having a cruise, and we would love to get you on it. Who do we talk to? Is your management here?" Daryl wasn't there at that time, so I'd given them the information, but based on the dates and everything that it was happening before, it just really didn't work out. So this year now, they reached back out to him and everything was making sense. So we was like, well, you know what? Let's do it. We definitely love to be a part of it. And he did whatever he does behind the scenes with however he does it, and it was secured.
Very nice. What are your expectations? Sometimes when you take a job or a gig or whatever, you have certain expectations. What are yours?
So I don't have much expectations, meaning to say that I try to not put too much mentally on how I see this going and how this plays out. So that way, however it plays out, I'm able to more make the best of whatever situation or just actually enjoy the moment. One of my expectations, though, at minimum, is to honestly just have a good time. That is, so I always make a joke, but it's not a joke. I'm a whiner girl. Like even before being a soca artist, I am the girl that you are going to find the circle around in the club and she's in the middle and she whining on the plate. So that's me. So I definitely come in to enjoy myself for Fatopia. But of course, in getting to meet people and talk to people, the one thing that I do like about cruises is it gives you an opportunity to kind of just people to see who you are as a person, right? Most of the times you perform, you just do your thing, you're off the stage, you go, you might have a next performance, so you don't really stick. People don't really get this chance to see, well, oh gosh, well, she just come and gone, like, so she don't care about, I'm very social and I like to engage with people, and this gives us that opportunity, right? To just have fun, even with the other artists, getting to know them more as individuals as well, and just have a good time, put on a good performance at the end of the day, and have a great time and make this work and a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's 7 days, right? They have to have some fun in that.
Yeah. So in a way, what you said is kind of like goals, but do you have specific goals when you do an event? So with Fatopia, do you have a specific goal that you expect to achieve on the trip?
So for me, I would say it's just leaving people with a good performance, making sure people satisfied, I guess. If I don't know if that's considered one, but because it's not 25 artists, it's not that many people, there's not that many artists. So for me, people are going to be watching, they're going to be judging, they're going to be trying to see, like, how is this cruise doing? How is this performance doing? And I think having people leaving satisfied and feeling like you gave them a good time and you gave them a good experience, I would say that's definitely one of the goals, is being part of ensuring that people had this good experience and walk away saying, oh my God, the artists and them were, so nice and great performances and great cruise. And that's one of the goals. I hope I answered the question correctly.
No, that's good, because
okay.
everyone usually have a certain goal, and then you said it before. There's international people there. There's people from all over, right? Yeah. From my experience with other ships, right? They don't seclude us, even though we have a certain floor and a certain thing. They don't seclude us. So your brand is getting a chance to be worldwide, whoever's listening, so those are goals right there. And then the same way.
And I love that. Yeah, because that's kind of like what I was saying before, is this opportunity for people who, somebody might be, let me say, walking past an event and like, what music is that? And end up in it. And then it's like, oh my God, I learned about soca music today. You know what I'm saying? So it's, again, continuing also that idea of being able to spread the culture, because it's not just everybody on the cruise is not only there for, you know, Fatopia. They may just be happening to be on the cruise because they booked a cruise. But
Yeah.
that could be somebody that walks off that cruise now that's like, oh my God, soca music is it.
Have a
Like,
good time.
this is it, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. And then sharing your music as well, you know?
Of course.
What are some of the activities, if you know, and attractions that they have on the ship?
So I know that they have an itinerary, and I was actually just looking at it yesterday, but because I'll just be all over the place, my mind can't remember everything.
Okay.
But there's an itinerary and there's like themes to the nights. So I know there's one night where it's like a red carpet and it's like you have to like dress up like formal wear and stuff like that. I know there's another night where it's like rep your flag and you have to have your flag with you. There's one where it's like an all white versus neon. Like you can come in neon colors or you can come in all white. There's a night where you get to put on one of your costumes. I feel like I kind of, how much I named it? It probably has a couple more in between, but like that kind of stuff. So I like that they're facilitating these nights where besides for just enjoying yourself, like just the dress up and the, you know, like you don't have to, you kind of feel like you're doing a little extra because I ain't gonna lie, like from the time I see the formal wear, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to put on a pretty dress. And, you know?
Yeah, I like the themes. Like, I did themes where we did, what did I do? I think I dressed up as a character or whatever the case is. They had the costumes. They had white, you know, your traditional stuff that they usually have. And then celebrating carnival, which was nice, you know?
Yeah.
How would you describe the owners? Like when you met them and, you know, how would you describe the group or the team of Fatopia?
So I only ever actually met one of the guys from Fatopia, and it was that time that I was telling you about, the original time. And I loved his energy. Like when he came up to me like, oh my God, you know, like you are such a good performer. Da, 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 da. So in that moment, it was already feeling great because before he had even gotten to the cruise, he was like saying, you know, like I've never actually gotten to see you perform and stuff. So that felt good because it was me feeling like, okay, I left this person satisfied with what I just did on the stage. And then for that to have been followed up with, you know, talking about the Fatopia cruise, I just really enjoyed his energy. And I loved that it wasn't like so formal and so business and so, yeah, well, you know, we're putting on this cruise. You know, it wasn't like that. It was just very fun and very free. And of course, the proper protocols, which is when he asked, like, you know, who should I be talking to and things like that. But I just loved the energy that he came with. It just felt real and it felt natural. And it just felt like I was talking to a human being. And I love those moments. And I love those are the best experiences for me. It's like when I feel like people are genuine and things like that, that's when I definitely vibe the most. After that, I've actually never had much contact with them, like personally. So as far as the rest of the team, I'm sure they're great. I haven't gotten to personally meet them, but I definitely will in Fatopia. I know Daryl has had a lot of conversations with them just because in doing the business and things like that, you wouldn't typically, I guess, see that, you know, they're hitting up me and having just normal conversations. But I'm sure, I'm sure for the actual cruise, we'll definitely get to learn each other more and vibe with each other a lot more than I've been given the chance to.
All right. Do you happen to know who are the others? I know they speak to Daryl and stuff, but do you know any other artists that will be performing live by chance? The names?
So I know Problem Child. I think Mandela Lynx.
Yeah.
I think Anika Berry. And I think there was one other person that I might have seen them add recently, but I can't remember for sure. So I know I feel like those four is definitely it.
The main ones early,
But there's possibly that there was another one added. But again, their page Fatopia will definitely also tell you like who is on it artists. And yeah for sure, because I don't want to missay anybody's name.
I know that's why I'm looking for the page now. So if you go to Fatopia, FETETOPIA_cruise, then you'll be able to see the information there. And they also have fatopia.com where you could go and reserve your cabins and all that. Reserve it early. put in your flight and make sure that you get on the cruise, because they do have a lot of entertainment, some really cool people. I've been friends with them for a good while.
Yeah.
And very nice people, you know. I
Yes.
want to shout out to Andrea, who's locked in on YouTube, and she says you're beautiful, and you know,
Thank
everybody's
you.
sending their best. And so we are, let me just look at this real quick. They have a going away party. Are you going to be part of that? Are you going to be for that?
No, I'm not gonna be in New York for that.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
like, wait, when we go, I know they're
I
having
think
a party coming.
Yeah, there's one coming up. What's the date? I think it's next
I
week.
feel like it's this month. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be in New York for that because I remember I was saying I was getting ready to go to Trinidad for a day.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be around for that one, unfortunately. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna miss out on like, the initial kind of thing. But yeah, I say I had to absolutely touch Borody because I can't be from South and I ain't go home for Borody as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, we had to fix that.
All right. So their event is going to be at Komoto Roof Restaurant and Bar. It's 228 Duffield, Duffield Street in Brooklyn. They say it's a lovely rooftop and lounge and bar, and it's downtown Brooklyn. So they're going to be having the lime there. I'm going to look and see the date, and I'll get back to everyone. So we have 5 minutes, and yeah, wait.
No, I was
I'll
trying to
find it.
recall the dates of it in my head, but the location, Komoto, it's very nice. They'll have a good time and it will look nice. It's a very nice ambiance.
Yeah, it's actually today.
It's today?
It's
well,
today.
Even worse.
It's today.
I'm gonna tell them here what NIKKI G wanted to do an interview and I couldn't make it. And I just couldn't.
It's today. But yeah, so it's today. So you guys get your tickets. Go on Fetopia.com and
go have a good
Yeah,
time.
go have a great time there. Yeah, they blaming people shouting me out and saying blame me. And it's $20 tickets. So, yeah, that threw me off.
It happens. I've been there.
I know. All right. So what do we expect to see from you in the future? Events and so forth, besides Fetopia?
Yes. So Borody first.
Yes.
Some new music coming very, 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 very soon. I'm excited about that. Definitely Caravana. I cannot miss. I just tell everybody me experience Caravana is, I feel like that's the closest carnival I've experienced. Saying that to say I haven't gone to all, but that's the closest carnival that I've experienced where it felt like Trinidad Carnival. So yeah, absolutely. Caravana. I will be out for DC Carnival as well, which is actually the day before I leave for the Fetopia cruise.
Okay.
Then the Fetopia cruise. I'm also doing Philly Carnival for the first time this year.
Okay.
So I don't know what that looks like. I'm excited, but like I said, I don't go in with much expectations. I kind of just let the moment be the moment and deal with it, as it happens. What else did I not tackle? Labor Day. Definitely will be at the Caribbean Music Awards in attendance, regardless of the voting and whatever the case may be. So there's a lot. So it's a lot going on. I usually can't remember a lot of the things, but my social media will keep everybody up to date. Like as I have like my flyers and things like that, I will always post it to my social media. So you guys, and the new music as well, that will always post on my socials. So if you guys follow itsray.official, that will keep you up to date with everything going on, any visuals, any interviews, every and anything that you need to know will be on that page.
Okay. I'll ask you a quick question and then we'll go to the ad. What would you tell your younger self? What advice would you give your younger self today?
Oh, I hate this question because it does make me so emotional.
Really? Oh gosh. I'll ask you a lighter one after this.
Oh God, it's like, can I even, such a simple response, but it does really make me emotional. I would tell myself, you are enough. Oh,
Oh
sorry.
my God, I didn't mean to make you so emotional.
No, no, no.
Oh
It's
wow.
okay. I grew up kind of always feeling different, right? Like not to get in, I'll try not to get into like it too deep, but like my cousins, my brother, like everybody else around me, like everybody was like different and like lighter skin than me and
Mm.
treated a lot differently from me. And I say that saying that I look a lot lighter now than I did when I was young.
Okay.
I guess blame that on eczema. Like I got light spots all over my face. Eventually it took over, whatever. But
Yeah.
I kind of always grew up feeling like I wasn't cool enough or good enough or fun enough or you know in so many different aspects in relationships in my family. I was always the smart one. I was always the one with the good head on their shoulders, but at the same time was always kind of pushed to the side. So I would turn around and be like, "Gil, you are powerful, you are empowering, like stay." I love that I've always stayed me despite
Yeah.
feeling like that.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to hear something like that, being younger, like you got this, like, you're more than enough. So, and that's kind of how Adjust Your Crown came about. It was me wanting to give people a message that let them know, regardless of your walk of life, as a woman, as an individual, like you are enough, you deserve to be applauded, you are powerful, you are strong.
Yeah.
And I think I just missed some of those messages in growing up. So yeah.
Yeah. But I think I've always told people, and even in my life, you know, not to say that the bad things that happen needed to happen, but
Yeah.
it made you who you are today. You
Of course,
understand? It's like
absolutely.
you can encourage other people who are skinned like us, or
Yeah,
or probably have something in them that's saying you're not good enough, and you
exactly.
telling your story enlightens them, you know? I
Yeah,
mean, I would say in reference to the pigmentation and stuff like that, sometimes when you come over here, you get a little lighter because of
yeah,
the thing or whatever. But your skin doesn't define you,
yeah,
right? Is your actions, is your whole demeanor, and I went through things. There are other people who went through different things, and I would say it's like don't have regrets necessarily, but it's just that
absolutely.
it made you stronger, and you have a
Yeah,
story to tell. You have a story
yeah.
to tell. It's a sad thing that you had or did go through what you went through, but it's
Mhm.
enlightening. It enlightened me by you being so expressive, because sometimes
Thank
you
you. I
see
appreciate
somebody
that.
really put together and you don't know what they've gone through in the past.
Yeah,
But here, and I think
yeah.
that's why I'm getting goosebumps now. But that's why I created this platform, not just to spread the music, but to spread the story of the individual and their lifestyle, for people could see the background of what
Yeah,
they did and what their life is, and that we're human and that we have feelings and we do things because of this and that and the other. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
And one of, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead, go ahead. No.
No, as I say the word human, one of the things that's always weird when people ask me, they always like, well, at least in the earlys when I used to have interviews and stuff, and they used to ask, well, who is Ray? My first response would almost always be, I'm a human being. Because I do think that it is something that is so stripped away from people who are more in the limelight than
Yeah.
others. There's the people that come on social media not knowing what their day was like, what the individuals like, what they've gone through, but because they're more out there visually, it's like everybody has a comment, everybody has an opinion, everybody has a statement, forgetting like, hey, this person is human at the end of the day. And even in them being in the limelight, they're gonna make mistakes too.
Yes.
They're entitled to make mistakes too. They're entitled to not have a perfect life and not have a perfect day and things like that. So I would almost always answer that question with, I'm a human being. Like that is first and foremost. Forget the artistry, forget everything else. First
Yeah.
and foremost, I'm just like you. I'm a human being. And that's really where it is. So
Exactly. Exactly. Beautifully said. So I have
thank
one
you.
lighter question to ask you.
Yes.
If there was a staircase or a door to go and see, I don't know what your convictions are in reference to religion and stuff like that. But if you have to go see God, what would you want him to tell you? Or either tell you or an advice?
Whew. That's an easier one, lighter one, but that's a hard one. What would I want him to tell me?
Just off the top of your head.
What would I want him to tell me, or what advice would I want him to give me?
Either one. Yeah.
I think what I would want him to let me know is, am I doing it right in his eyes? Like, I think it's really as simple as that, because I feel like that gives him an opportunity to say a lot, right? It's either you are and here's why, or you're not, or you're not too bad, but here's what you could improve before this time comes. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, that's the most important thing he could tell me. Like, am I just way off? Like, am I horrible? Do I need to change the entirety of who Ray is? Am I on the right path? Am I handling life and myself and the universe and everybody like the right way? Like, I think that's what I would want him to tell me.
Yeah, perfect. I think you are doing, we feel it within, right? Sometimes we feel what we're doing, and if we're doing something wrong, we might feel it, and we'll probably hear a voice in our head saying, don't do this. So that type of thing, you know. So you go with that. But I want to thank you so much, Ray, for being on my platform. You are a ray of sunshine. You are energy. You're, it's like your time management and everything. Like, you're always looking on point. Even if your hair is like this or whatever, it's like you're always on point. When I look at your Instagram, the funny videos, wherever you might be, it's really encouraging for people in the entertainment industry, women who are working. I'm sure men get the encouragement from you too in the energy that you pursue, or exude, I should say. And I wish you all the best on Fetopia Cruise. I know you're gonna kill it, because you kill all other performances that you do, meaning that you give it all your all,
Definitely,
yeah, you give it your all.
Just to add on to what you said, because it was actually funny with the content and encouraging and things like that. So the last video that I posted, which was a dance video, which I haven't done in a long time,
I was
asked, somebody asked me, well, Ray, why you don't dress up better than that and go in a better like background or something? And I was like, no, I'm not. And they were like, yeah, but it could look cooler. And I'm like, yeah, but then it wouldn't be real. I'm like, I'm doing this because I literally have a moment at home in the house for fun. Like, I'm not doing this to be like, oh, I'm a professional dancer or anything like that. I'm like, I'm literally just taking a moment because it exists to have some fun at home. And I was like, while I understand that perspective, and they will have moments and avenues where, yes, you want that content to look like that. I do think it's important to have those moments of content where it's like, oh my God, she's like a normal person with she bandana on she head, and she look like she just cleaning she house and doing this video, because that's essentially what it was. And again, that's part of me with the real authentic energy. To me, I loved that video because I felt like, no, it was in the moment. This is really what's happening, and I have a right. It's my platform. I have a right to show it that way. You know what I'm saying? So it was just funny that you said that. But yes, thank you so much for having me. It was I really, really enjoyed this interview so much. Didn't expect it to even get deep. You see, we're not putting the expectations out there. And yes, Fetopia Cruise, I am looking so forward to that. June 2nd to June 9th, leaving out to Brooklyn. Whoever is free, all you come on the cruise. Let we have a good time together and just enjoy ourselves and enjoy life. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're super welcome. Everyone, thank you for keeping it locked to Table Talk Show with NIKKI G The Voice on islandvibe.net. The show is on YouTube. If you missed it and you just logged in, you could go back. It's there. It's always going to be there. Some people who can't make it on time at 10 o'clock on Saturday is there. Also on Apple, we're going to put it there. Spotify and different platforms as well. So you can hear us if you're driving. We don't want you to crash. We want to make sure that you're safe. We want to make sure that you're safe. and have a great weekend, everyone. You can find me on Instagram, Nikki G The Voice. You could also find me on my website, which is nikkigmedia.com, and on SoundCloud is Nikki G The Voice. Just type Nikki G The Voice on Google, you'll find me. I'm sure if you type It's Ray on Google, you'll find her as well, and all her albums and all her music. All right. Thank you. Keep it locked. Love you guys.
Thanks for everybody tuning in.
We're going to play the video for Fetopia now.
Okay, all right.
Okay, it's your sweetheart Ray. Big mood is a big mood. Yo, you don't know it's a big mood because I am a brand ambassador and artist for the Fetopia cruise going on June 2nd to June 9th, sailing to the Bahamas. I ain't even tell her the best part yet. We sailing right to Brooklyn, New York. So I don't have no excuse. I want to go and run and secure them packages and enter the code It's Ray because you don't know we fetting all day. We walking up all day. And it have tons of events and tons of artists like myself to keep all you entertained. Because you don't know Fetopia come to bring the thing. Wait. All is still here? What are you waiting for? Run and secure them packages. Enter It's Ray and come on. Give me the thing where you say you have for me. The thing you say you have for me.
Is it the one with her dancing?
Sweetest one.
Oh. The same green and the green?
Yeah.
Oh, all you had to show me what that video is. I don't know what that video is.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the green outfit when Nikki
Ray?
explained it to me, but I don't remember.
Yes, gotta share that video.
Is that one?
Oh, I'll send it. I'll send it to you.
Sweetest
around?
wine.
I'm from Trinidad, actually.
If you're not doing anything later on tonight, I know of a really good Caribbean spot in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I'll see. Maybe.
That's one of my favorite music videos, though.
What you say, oh, nah. Yeah. You love how I bounce and jiggle it. Calling nurse, come and killing it. Love how I bend and reverse it. Oh, the thing works it.
Well, they're still on there live.
Anytime that they walking. I mean, I feel so much. Come and bump on the wall on the talking. But when I bend my back and dip low, wine and twist off my hips so. From the look in your eyes, it ain't hard to tell that you want it. So welcome to the sweetest wine of your life. Cut into style when you like. For me to ride it. Stick out my tongue when I whine it. Come for the sweetest wine you go get. When I push up, push back on it. Give me good work, give me jam. Cause no self is action, this bubble. When my hand touch my knees, it's trouble. Oh Lord, give me walk on the double. Take it anywhere that you want it. Come from the back or the front, hold tight when I bubble like that. Juice in my face and my bumper fat. I gon' get him a run for the money, you know. The thing sweet like honey, you know. So welcome to the sweetest wine of your life. Cut into style when you like. It's to ride it. Stick out my tongue when I whine it. Come for the sweetest wine you go get. When I push up, push back on it. Give me good work, give me jam. Cause no self said I'm long, me bounce and jiggle it. Calling nurse, come me killing it. Said them love how me bend and reverse it. Some more risk it all cause it worth it. All hot girl bounce and jiggle it. Calling nurse, cause you killing it. Said them want know how the white so road it up. Gosh, you think good enough. So welcome to the sweetest wine of your life. Curtains is die what you like. For me to ride it. Stick out my tongue when I whine it. Come for the sweetest wine you go get. When I push up, push back on it. Give me good work, give me jam. Give me jam. So welcome to the
Broadcasting live from Philadelphia, Island Vibe, Philly's newest and hottest station.
You're listening to IslandVibes.net. All your hits banging right here. Philly #1 Caribbean station. Best in dance-off.
Undisputed champion, heavyweight, world great. At the Met Gaza celebrate.
Call the Uber. Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya.
Reggaeton.
Algunos parecen todavía. Viven en el siglo de la hombría. Que esta regla es solo para ellos. Y que para tu hombre te maquilla.
Love in my heart. Rum the Netherlands, I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again. I so love my rum. Bring an next bottle again.
And more. IslandVibes.net.